can I get delicious burgers? Where can I get fun food? Where, oh where?
At Burger Chef.
Where?
And now at participating Burger Chefs, you can buy fun meals that now come on Halloween magic meal trays. There's a magic trick in each fun meal. There are 10 different magic meal tricks you can collect.
Burger Chef, you're incredible!
What's going on, guys? Justin with the Podcast Dojo. So today on Abandoned Locations, we are going to be talking about a fast food chain. But not just any fast food chain. This is a fast food chain that used to rival McDonald's. That restaurant would be Burger Chef. Now I do want to make something clear, and that's that when I say abandoned, I mean Burger Chef doesn't have any standing restaurants anymore. It's a lot like Ukrops, if you remember my Martin's video, where the products are still available, but there's no standing restaurants. So let's go ahead and talk about that now. And at the end of the video, I'm going to show you that apparently in my city, there's actually still that old Burger Chef sign. So I'm going to show you that at the end of the video. But until then, let's go ahead and talk about Burger Chef. In 1954, brothers Frank and Donald Thomas patented the flame broiler and their parent company, General Equipment Corporation. And rather than go with their original plan, which was to sell it to Burger King, the two decided to open up their own chain. The first Burger Chef opened up in Indianapolis in 1957. By the end of 1958, Burger Chef had 8 restaurants across 3 states, and that's where franchising began. Not just in their restaurant equipment, but with the restaurant itself. Burger Chef was to be the first fast food chain to start a combo meal. The triple treat came with burger, fries, and a drink for only 45 cents. That wouldn't be the only thing they would beat McDonald's to, but we'll get to that. By the 1960s, Burger Chef had begun operating in 38 states, and just 10 years after opening, Burger Chef was the number 2 ranked fast food restaurant behind McDonald's. No other fast food chain has ever accomplished this since then. In 1968, General Foods purchased Burger Chef for $20 million, with the owners hoping the sale would increase profits and expansion. And sure enough, it did. In a year, they went from 730 restaurants to 1,000 restaurants, with the 1,000th store opening up in Florida. To put this into perspective, they were just a few hundred restaurants behind McDonald's. However, things started to take a nosedive for Burger Chef in the early 70s. They peaked at about 1,200 stores. General Foods took a $75 million write-off on the chain, and the store count dropped to 900. General Foods figured fast food would be an easy way to make money, but their strength was really in providing packaged foods for supermarkets. Speaking of the early 70s, remember how I mentioned Burger Chef beat McDonald's to something else? Well, in the early 70s, Burger Chef came up with a fun burger meal for kids which had toys, games, and of course a meal. McDonald's wouldn't introduce the Happy Meal until 1979. Burger Chef attempted to sue McDonald's over this, but ultimately lost. By the early 80s, less than 100 Burger Chef chains were left after General Foods sold the chain to Hardee's in 1982. Most Burger Chef locations were converted to either Hardee's or other restaurants. The final Burger Chef location closed up in 1996. It was located in Cookeville, Tennessee, and was finally converted into a Pleasers restaurant. So what happened here? Well, from what I read, General Foods didn't negotiate very well. So basically, Burger Chef owners are becoming millionaires while General Foods were barely seeing any of the profits. And I think had they been more business savvy, I think Burger Chef would still be around as the number 2 fast food chain, or at least in the top 5. So is there any remnants of Burger Chef? Well, aside from the sign I'm going to show you at the end of the video, I'm sure there's other remnants at other locations. Hardee's did actually bring back the Big Chef Burger for a short time in 2001, 2007, and in 2014 in select locations. Now, had Burger Chef still been around, like with better business practices, what do I think would happen? So I think Hardee's would still be around, I just think there'd be a lot less locations. Well, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a rating and comment. And subscribe if you'd like to see more. And be sure to hit that bell button so you'll always be notified whenever we upload a new video. If you ever ate at Burger Chef, be sure to tell us down in the comments below. Alright guys, until then, we will catch you guys down the road. And here we are at the remnants of one of the old signs. You can see it's a different type of restaurant. But you know, it's funny, I remember seeing this sign all the time. And then when I was looking up Burger Chef, I was like, hey, I recognize that sign. And then, if we walk over here, it says drive-through. You know, clearly they were just making use of what they already had. So, pretty cool stuff. Definitely want to make sure we document the stuff while it's still here.